Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to a wild, aggressive police chase involving 3 Grand Theft Auto suspects. Yeah, this is probably one of the most viewed police chases on YouTube. It's got over 35 million views. I don't know what happened here. It must have been absolutely insane.
Out of the vehicle, now running for it. There comes another passenger out of the back seat. These kids are struggling, and look at this. He's getting back in the vehicle. Another one back in the vehicle, and finally,
so one of them left.
CHP in the pursuit now, right behind. Is that CHP or Sheriff's? Yeah, CHP right behind him here. We're going to forget about that one passenger, but we now know of the driver and at least one other passenger. These were young men that jumped out of that vehicle,
or at least we don't hear
now
them.
the pursuit continues through the Santa Clarita Valley. Guys, this is very, very dangerous.
Extremely
His foot is firmly on the gas.
3 of them, so that's a very dangerous situation.
God, how you gonna, that white car, you better move.
Oh my goodness.
He's in the opposite lane. He's in the opposite lane. This is crazy.
He is continuing the wrong way on Valencia Boulevard, approaching Railroad Avenue. Look at this, continuing with LAPD. Look at this, oh my God. Oh my goodness.
That was close.
A near head-on collision, very, very close. A very close call there, one of several that we've seen here.
Dude.
And it's just getting more and more aggressive by the second.
This is
At least he's going the right way now, but showing no signs of slowing down.
Not at all.
You're not going to get away. They've got the helicopter in the air.
And then now he jumped back in the vehicle, and how did he change his destiny when it comes to how this thing is going to play out? It's so dangerous the way they're driving.
How are they going to stop him?
If they're insistent on continuing this is not.
They're going to have to lay down spikes, aren't
in
they?
a good way. It's going to be a tragedy.
Yeah, I think he saw an opportunity to drop his buddies off, and then the one kid saw the cop pulling up behind him, and he figured, let me just get back in the vehicle. That's what it seems like happened there, but they have no chance of getting away after this. I mean, this is absolutely a dangerous pursuit that law enforcement just can't let this go. This has to come to a stop immediately. So you're going to see this entire area flooded with black and whites here within the next few minutes as he continues now through this parking lot and now coming back out the other side, back onto Valencia Boulevard, getting around
They're right
that
behind
traffic.
you.
Soledad, and what was that? Bouquet Canyon and Soledad, got it. So he's on Bouquet Canyon now, off of Soledad.
Could they not get a sniper in the helicopter and aim for the tire? Like, stop the car that way. Is that not possible? It's probably too hard of a shot, isn't it? Yeah, it's too hard of a shot.
So he's flying down
the car's
in Santa Clarita right now. Luckily, though, and I'm not familiar with the traffic patterns in Santa Clarita, but these roads look wide open. The dangerous part of that is he could really open up the speed and get moving on this vehicle that, again, I'll reemphasize, it's going to be really hard to stop if it has to.
Yeah, the further away he gets from the 5, you can see traffic is a lot less. Opens up the road, as you mentioned, but at the same time, there's just enough traffic in the way here to really get somebody hurt, especially if he continues driving like this, blowing through red lights. And if I really hope we don't see him get back into oncoming lanes of traffic. He jumped over that median without any hesitation whatsoever, and you saw just how close he came to another head-on collision. But at least
I wonder how much time, because they're going to catch him. How much time is he going to get for this?
Eastbound Soledad, and now making a left turn into what appears to be an apartment complex.
Where are you going,
dude? A U-turn through the entrance there. Now he's going in circles.
This.
He's really toying with this officer here.
He's
just
going
doing a circle around this group of cars. And he's into this apartment complex now, which I think leads him to a dead end. We'll widen out just a second and see if that's the case. You can see LAPD with their airship overhead, California Highway Patrol on the ground down there, now face-to-face with this CHP officer. He's going for a run. They're both jumping out.
Running.
Driver and passenger jumping out of the vehicle, running through this apartment complex. Unfortunately, only that one officer that we saw here. Not sure if they're familiar with this complex, if they live in this area, no idea. But in any event, they're running through here on private property, waiting for more deputies to arrive on scene.
Dude,
I'm not sure that one CHP cruiser is going to be able to catch up with them here, but they are continuing to race through these condos here in Santa
Forget
Clarita.
it,
We'll
man.
see where
It's
this takes
over.
us.
All right.
It's over.
Sorry, go ahead, Giovanna.
Just Chris Christie. This is Giovanna Lotta, and alongside Mark Brown. We're joining you now. And what a wild pursuit. These guys are driving, or have been driving, so dangerously, and now we are looking at them running through this complex, putting the people who live
where
here
are you going at
likely
this point?
in danger.
That's right. Trying to get the name of this apartment complex one more time. But the good news is that LAPD still has their airship overhead. He's able to call out the location and get those officers, even though this is a...
Or maybe they don't know that there's helicopters in the air.
Late situation. They're going to get the LA County Sheriff's Department involved here as they scale these fences, jumping through backyards, zigzagging their way through this apartment complex. It's now been several minutes since they've lost that initial pursuing officer. Look at this, hiding in the bushes now, looking for any nook or cranny to hide out.
Just look up.
Thinking they might be able to get away with this. These are 2 suspects of 3. 1 suspect jumping out of the vehicle, the moving vehicle, earlier in the pursuit, and now these 2 looking for a hiding spot, but they have just way too many eyes on them at this point, guys.
Yeah, you know, if we can see them, we know the sheriffs can see them, and the LAPD can see them, at least from their airship. They're not getting away. Can you give me some a sense of the location here? We know it's Santa Clarita, and it's a volatile situation.
I just really want both of them to
here's the
look
problem.
up
If you live in this
and
area,
see
they're
the
in some of these, they've gone
helicopters
through
dead on.
backyards, and they're going to look to see if there's any open or unlocked doors.
Open
if you
doors,
live here,
yep.
Lock your doors immediately. Lock your doors just as soon as you can. There are 2 people armed, possibly armed, thought to have been armed, who are now running around in your neighborhood, going through backyards.
One more time, Jay. Yeah, that's right, Mark. Trying to get across street here. We're just off of Soledad Canyon Road, and again, trying to get an exact location. Thank you for that, Jay. Yeah, they're moving towards this pool area. It looks like a pretty big apartment complex. They're on the rear side of it now.
They don't know what
just
to do.
looking for a
They
spot
don't
to hide
know
out.
what to do.
Unfortunately, I cannot tell you the name of this side
They
street
have
that
no
they're
clue
coming
what
up
to
on.
do.
Actually, looks like more of a bike path potentially behind the apartment
look,
complex.
there's people
That's
there.
the main
Oh,
pool.
no.
Look at this. They're now approaching the pool with people in the pool, people enjoying their Wednesday afternoon, and these 2 are just running right along the pool deck, looking for a hiding spot. We have to remind you, these 2 are believed to be armed. As they run through here, they're believed to be armed Grand Theft Auto suspects that now pose danger to this community, but apparently they see law enforcement within their line of sight here. There's the officers with their guns drawn, approaching the suspects. Thankfully, appears they're finally giving up.
That,
one
boys.
LAPD, one LA County Sheriff deputy, both
now.
approaching these suspects with guns drawn. They immediately drop to the ground. That's the good news. The people in the pool. There was looked like a little girl getting a swimming lesson out there.
Appear that way,
They've all cleared the pool. They're out.
Just
Everybody's
crazy,
out of harm's way. The little kid being hustled away. Everybody leaving. So they are out of harm's way. No shots have been fired. Those suspects proned out. Now following the orders of the 2 law enforcement officers from 2 different agencies who have managed to stop them. This is off Soledad Canyon Road.
You know, now they're felons. Now they're felons, probably. Like, why? Over what? What for?
We're going to try to get the cross street or that bike path that's nearby. There's a wash that runs back behind it.
Yes, Kurt just came in here and he said he's very familiar with Santa Clarita and told us that it's a bike path that runs along the wash there. But what a relief. I've been so tense watching this. It was just so dangerous how fast they were driving on those roads, going against oncoming traffic, jumping onto sidewalks, zigzagging through cars, and at very high speeds. I really believe something bad that this would end badly.
They treated it like it was a game,
thankfully,
like it was a video game. Did they get the other guy?
These guys surrendered and no one was hurt.
And you
Did they get the other one?
Right about that, and just to... I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, no, I was just going to clarify. This is the Villa Metro apartment complex. They're right behind the main clubhouse. It's a huge apartment complex or housing complex here in Santa Clarita, right along Soledad Canyon. But it's called the Villa Metro, is where this all ended up.
All right, that's where that ended, and you saw the earlier video. One of the suspects foot bailing earlier, being dropped off from the moving vehicle. There was another point at which this Cadillac Escalade, it appears, veered into oncoming traffic. The driving has been absolutely erratic and extremely dangerous. This vehicle, probably weighing, what, about 5,000 pounds, maybe more, that just was careening through these streets, being pursued by the sheriffs, the Highway Patrol, and LAPD. But all three, at least 2 suspects in custody. We don't know the disposition of the third, who was dropped off probably about 10 minutes ago in a different location, who nearly could have gotten killed himself, jumping out of that car.
He could have been very hurt, yes, and he fell to the ground.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content.
That was intense. Yeah, if not for the helicopters, they probably wouldn't have caught those 2, to be honest. Like, as soon as they got into that apartment complex and there was all the bush areas and the fences, it would have been really, really hard to see, like, if you're standing, like, from ground level. So, yeah, definitely those helicopters saved the day there. I just want to know more about this case. Like, why did they do this? Like, were they on the run? Did they have substances in the car? Like, had they just committed a crime? Because if that chase was for no reason, they just decided to go on a chase, what a stupid thing to do. Like, they're probably going to get at least, I don't know, 2 years in prison for this. They're going to be felons. So if they ever want to get a job, they have to declare that. It's just going to be so much harder for them moving forward. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.